See, after I got my appendix out, I was laying in the hospital ward, and their fella came around, a priest, and gave me my last rites. And I started panicking, but he got the wrong Smith in the ward.
Are you serious?
I thought I was gone, like I started crying.
Here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack. Welcome back, talking shit and drinking wine, like and subscribe. Here's the crack.
And now we're live.
Shit. Oh no.
I feel like this is a good place to just start recording because we're just chatting bollocks now, and I'm like, right.
There's no better way to fucking start it. Like.
I don't even know how to introduce this. We've discussed this, and now I don't know.
I don't think we do introduce it.
It's
Just
a mashup. It's the podcast you've all been waiting for.
Yes.
Let's be realistic about this here. We've had thousands of messages about this. I'd love to see the point where we're getting thousands of messages about anything, actually.
Well, I got 95 questions.
Seriously?
95?
Yes.
Fuck off.
I was like,
What the
nah.
heck?
Do you
I'm alright.
want to start with some questions?
No, I'll have 3 questions for you instead. I'll pick the best 3.
Let's start with them, man.
I feel like he's undertones. He's going to sideswipe us here. We're going to have a really good podcast, and then right at the very end, he's going to ask 3 hard-hitting questions.
Oh yeah,
And I'm
100%.
gonna be,
Yeah, we'll save them for the end.
Pause this whole thing right now.
We're just going to quit. Done. Out you fuck, Nathan.
Stay tuned, we're all going to be fed out by the end of this.
I'll just cut halfway through the video and I got a black eye.
But I think, like, so if you're listening on the Here's the Crack side, we're with
Talking Smit, Smitty.
Talking Smit.
Talking Smit, talking
Go
shit.
check out his podcast. But yeah, like, I think the first thing I want to get into, just to get started, is this whole like comedy thing that you're doing. Because I listened to a recent podcast of yours, and you were saying you've a bit like us, like you've started podcasting recently, and then you got straight into comedy, which I would say is like quite a scary thing. Like,
oh, fucking shit and bricks, mate.
like, you just went straight and was like, nah, forget, we're doing it. And how does that come about? Because like, there was people just like, here, you're a funny guy, like, you should get up on stage and grab a mic.
It's not even that there. Like, when I first started the podcast, I was telling stories to people that I wanted to use on stage. Like,
Yeah.
I always had a dream of being on stage and saying, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And I started telling these stories, and people were messaging me flat out saying, oh, that story was fucking hilarious and all, and sent me these voice messages saying how fucking funny it was. And I was like, well, why not try it on the stage?
Yeah.
And then it was during Dexter Yums, that podcast, well, Mickey Barton and Connor Keys, they did that live phone-in agony hour thing on a Friday night. And I was phoning in doing bits, and I had Mickey Barton and Connor Keys in fucking stitches, like.
Yeah.
I was telling a story about going out on a date with a girl and go back to her house, and I seen a photo on her bedside cabinet, and I recognised somebody in the photo, and it was Jerry Adams. No, it wasn't. It was fucking. it was her sister. It turned out I already booked a sister before, and I didn't know what to do. Like, my fucking Fitbit near broke.
And what did
The fucking heart rate going? Oh!
what did you do? Like?
Still booked her, like, and said, right, but right, all the best. See you later. I was a
Did
fucking.
you just reach over and grab the thing and just like leave it?
I
Why are
was
you
like,
doing that? I just don't like people looking at me.
I was like,
when
you face that way, and I had the photo like this. Oh. Yeah. And then I had them 2 professional comedians in fucking stitches. Like, if I can make 2 professional comedians laugh, I can get a crowd of people to do it.
yeah.
So the first open mic comedy competition came up, and I was like, fuck it, I'm doing it. And I ended up winning the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And that's how the ball got rolling. I said to myself, if I don't do it, I'll fucking hate myself for not
So was that
doing
the
it.
first time you done it? And
First
you won
time
it?
ever done
Was
it, and I
people,
won it.
like, how does it feel whenever you're on stage and people are pure pissing themselves at what you're saying?
Talk about it's like a drug.
So-
I've never taken cocaine, but I'm assuming that's what it feels like.
So let me go to the flip side of that. Like, have you done anything after that where you've walked away and went, yeah, shit and that?
Oh, so 2 weeks later, my prize was a 10-minute set. 2 weeks later in the same venue, and I died on my hole for 10 minutes.
What does dying on your hole mean in terms of, like, how
I
do
mean,
you
not
know?
a single laugh. I felt like I was talking to my mum and
Seriously?
dad.
Oh my god.
Because my comedy is very dirty, so I open up with a thing saying, there's something dribbling down my leg and I hope I sweat. And they went, oh. And I was like, well, I have no other material, so you're in for a long 9.5 minutes. And like, my stories are like, I wanked so hard my appendix burst. I was like,
You need to roll there, like. You should have been there.
it's a true
Your
story.
appendix burst? Like, you died?
Well, I might as well tell.
Wait, for real?
Oh yeah.
I thought you were joking.
No, that was an actual. Every story I've told on stage, I can't wait for this to go viral on TikTok too. Some dickhead from Northern Ireland wanked his appendix out. I was lying in bed wanking away, And I felt this sharp pain in my stomach, which coincidentally made me come even more.
Hit the fucking roof.
And I was lying there in bed, fucked. I couldn't do fuck off.
Oh my god.
I was in bed there, fucked. I couldn't sit up, I couldn't move, I couldn't do fuck all. But I couldn't call for my ma either, could I?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, how do you
Me
explain
come,
that
like
to
me
your
fucking
pal, like?
draped and come, like I was wearing a sash, you know,
Oh my god.
like it's right to March the fucking 12th.
What did you do, like?
Well, I couldn't do fuck all. I was like, I couldn't sit up, I couldn't roll, I couldn't do fuck all. So I tried to like throw myself out of bed.
Just
and
went for another wank.
No, I was afterwards. I was after surgery. So I fucking start crawling towards the bedroom door, like that end scene of Terminator. And fucking, fucking
It's
God.
like that scene in Wolf of Wall Street where
Yes.
the leads.
The leads. So I just fucking crawled towards the bedroom door, and then eventually heard Mum open the door. Mum came in and found me lying there, fucking starfishing, with a snail trail coming behind me.
Oh my god. Awkward moment.
So I didn't got the surgery and all done, went home. And
What was that like explaining there? What happened?
do you think I told the surgeons what I was actually doing?
No, like
but when
your
I
mum,
fucking
like
burst?
she obviously realised.
Oh, Mum's seen worse. No.
But like they do question you like mad whenever you get
Oh,
into
here.
the hospital to get
No.
anything. Like I had my appendix taken out, and like they were like, how much do you drink? How much do you smoke? How much? Like they asked really like in-depth questions. Like,
Oh,
and then the weirdest part of the whole experience, that's the first time I'd ever been like a hospital for me, and this guy came in and shut the curtains and was this sounds really touchy, but he was just like, we're gonna bring a few people in just to like, they're like students, and whenever I say about half a uni lecture like theatre came in and just crowded around my bed, and the guy came over and lifted my top and all up and was just like, so this is where the appendix is, and they were like pushing down on my, and like I mean like at this stage I was 19, all these like 20-year-old girls and all like standing looking at me with my flipping top up like to here, and he's just sitting examining my body, and I had one of them wee stupid gowns on as well, which by the way
with your arse hanging
are
out.
see-through.
Yeah.
You're walking about a hospital ward with this gown on and it's see-through, like everything's just on show.
Are you trying to say you got a lot to show off?
No, I was just like, pull them
He had
covers
it
up.
tucked
No.
down by the side of the bed.
But like afterwards, whenever you got off the stage, were you just like never again? Or?
I didn't sleep that night. I mean a rush. Oh, that night. Oh, the night I died in a hole. I left straight afterwards. I walked out the stage and out the door and didn't go back to that comedy club for 3 weeks. It was fucking awful.
Did someone
Oh my
message you
God.
and be like, "Yo, that happens to everybody"? or-
Like, the thing was, there's a group of lads at the very back, and they were loving the material because it is fucking filth. Like it is
Yeah.
pure filth. And they were like, "Oh, I got a load of messages from them saying you didn't do too badly." But there's a bit in my set where I was talking about boking on my girlfriend mid-shag, ex-girlfriend. I targeted this girl in the very front, and I was like, "There's 3 times a fellow will be really, really, really over nice to you. 1, when he's left a live load in your face. 2, when he's trying to ride you. And 3, when he's just booked all over you." And she was like, ha 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 ha. And then I seen this fella beside her giving me daggers. It was her dad.
Oh my god.
Why would you go to a comedy?
Exactly. Why the fuck would you go with your dad? And I'm telling
I
her,
was asking for trouble.
it is. It fucking really is.
So
Awful
how do you
experience.
script these things? Like, do you just go in and you're like, I'm going to tell this story, or does it just come to you? Or what?
I've 3 different sets now, but they're like ad libs. You know, there's different open spaces where I can like make it more relatable to that certain area. For example, I was up in Derry, Londonderry. I writ a set beforehand, 5 minutes beforehand, to say, fuck it, I'm going to do this. 'Cause why do you call it Derry? Why do you call it Londonderry? We should call it fucking, is it vegan Derry? Is it non-free Derry? Is it gluten-free Derry? You know, we should just call it Stroke City, and that's it. For one simple reason. Every cunt in the place talked like they have one. You know? And the fucking place just erupted. And they loved all the dirty shit, but I'm a very story-based comedian. So there will be zingers throughout the story. The story might not be initially funny. It's a funny story, but to make it more funny, you add the wee bits in it for description wise, you know.
I feel that's difficult too. Like in comparison, someone who does like one-liners, at least if you do your one-liner, it's done.
Yeah.
Next joke. Whereas you spend a good like
It's a
minute or
craft.
so telling
like,
the story,
It's a craft
and then
because
nobody laughs.
Yeah.
It's like
So
Jimmy
killer.
Carr's latest one on Netflix I thought was not great. Like
No.
it was just a pile of one-liners. And
That's
like,
what he does, though.
Yeah, but barely. There was a few ones where no one. I just was like, where's the direction in this? Whereas like you listen to Kevin Hart or Dave Chappelle and all, and it's all like a proper like you're dragged along for 15 minutes on the same thing, and then there's like a
real zinger.
I don't really like the like one-liner comedians.
no, but fair.
I don't mind them if they're consistently funny.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
one of my favourite local guys at the minute is Johnny Bow, who's a one-liner comedian.
Right.
He has a podcast as well. But he's just fucking like, I mean, zinger, like of like 10 minutes. He's headlining some shows of 15, 20 minutes, and they're all one-liners, and he's just pumping them out, and you don't get a minute to fucking sit back and go, right, I'm fine. It's just bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
all over you.
Is there any comedians in Northern Ireland that don't have a podcast? Though?
That's true. That's very true. You have to get your name out there some way, like.
I don't know.
But that's the thing too. I don't think I would have went on this stage if I wasn't doing a podcast.
Do you think that's why they all do it, just to test material? Though?
I wouldn't say it's to test material. I think it's just to get a bit of mic work going. More than anything.
Plus, if you're talking about something, like we could turn around and talk about something today, and you could be like, "Oh crap, that would be good for like," because you see a lot of the times, like I've been watching. Like I used to watch Gaddis's one, and he was like, "That would be good to talk about," and you can see him writing it down in a notepad. Like, so I would say it's just like a brainstorming session out loud. But like, how would you ever do? You started doing the podcast just on your own?
Yeah, it's something I'm giving myself a challenge for this year. Like, because do you not find it hard to get guests at times? Like, there's 3 or 4 of you. You can happily sit down and chat shit.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm by myself for my own solo one.
Yeah.
Where it's nice to get a guest and just fucking chat shit with. I'm not used to doing solo podcast, but I did my first one there like after 30 episodes in the new year because I couldn't get anybody. And people seem to like it.
How do you do that though? Like, what do you know the way like Gaddis will sort of go through like comments and stuff, shit like that? Like,
It's just whatever's in my mind.
just talk. Whatever.
Mate, if you could live a day in my head, the amount of shit that comes up with. I was sitting right, and here's one that I fucking thought about yesterday, driving through the town, and I was on TikTok waiting for the girlfriend coming out of the shop, and I seen some girl with a traffic cone dildo, and I looked to my right, and there's fucking traffic cones all out in the road, and I was like, who was walking the road and says, I want that inside me? And then I just started brainstorming and started writing fucking jokes and bits for it. And it's going to be my next show.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't laugh at fucking anything, then why fucking even say anything at all?
So what's the goal then? Where do you? Obviously, like a comedian's goals, like big, massive, like you've the SSE and stuff. But like, where for you at the minute, it's where?
For me at the minute is to be consistent with gigging and stuff and getting the podcast. Like, I've never missed an episode since I started, like a weekly episode. And some weeks I was firing out 2 or 3 because of the different side fucking projects that I'm doing as well with different people. And then I do all that on too, so I'd like to get an editor this year at least. Sort of small steps.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking money, like.
Yeah,
it is.
But what is it you do?
I work for Big Pharma, and that's all I will say because I'm not allowed to say anything else.
Right. I see.
I've been warned already, so
right.
So I said some awful things about Big Pharma not too long ago, and I got a bit of a tune.
Yeah,
you can keep that in. Don't worry.
Like that's what I was gonna say. Like when you're doing all this, is there not? Do you ever just realize that even for like relationships and stuff, where you're like, this isn't gonna be consistent? Like
that's why I'm bulking.
Right.
Like I'm bulk recording because with my podcast, it's interviewing guests essentially. So it's not really a weekly thing where you could talk about what's going on in the news this week or what's going on in the news today or whatever else. It's me sitting chatting the shit with somebody about their life and something else, which works out really well because it doesn't need to be relatable to that week.
Yeah.
So even during just in October there last year, I recorded 4 episodes in one day, which was me for October in the middle of November. So just fucking
Jesus,
do whatever the fuck I wanted.
Is there any like guests you'd like to get on in the future? Like, is there anyone you're aiming to get on?
One of the big ones is Gaddis. Like,
yeah.
I would love to get Gaddis on, and he's not too far away from me either.
Yeah.
So that'll be the main goal.
Yeah.
To be honest. What about yourselves? Who are you looking to get on? Like obviously, you want the Rogans and all, but they're fucking out of their reach.
I think for us it's transition now from like if you'd asked us that 6 months ago, we would have been very focused on getting guests on and like, so how did you get into this and how did you do this? Whereas now I think we've very much like want to get on, just chat crap.
No, I just have the crack
because
the best ones are sort of we find is like the organic, just having the crack ones. Because at the start we were very like so interviewing people and it's not the same crack. Like, do you know what I mean?
I see. I'm sort of on the transition period of where like I want to interview people, but I want to talk to them for 10 minutes about them, and then say, right, fuck it. What about this?
Yeah.
What about Savile? You know, what about fucking Prince Andrew? Yeah. Sorry, Andrew, as you call him now.
That many people do podcasts now, like go on and do interviews. They're probably sick of getting asked the same questions.
It's the same shit all the time. Whereas if I call my podcast a no holds podcast, no holds barred. Like, anything goes.
But like I feel like it's interesting from a point of view where if you've done comedy for like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, like you've probably got the question, so how did you get into comedy? And like all that, whereas you're new to the scene. That's why I was very much like, I want to ask, because it seems very daunting. I would never get into it, but it seems like if I was, it would be so daunting to get into, because it does seem very almost like cliquey. You said this before.
I just think in Northern Ireland, it just seems there's like a lot of like clicky. The comedian seems a bit clicky, but
like I said, it's a dog eat dog world, really.
Yeah,
because everybody wants it to be doing those big shows. Nobody's going to say, right, there's the door. There's the stage door for the Ulster Hall that I'm not going to take because I want you to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, I want to do this, you can't.
There's not many like big venues in Northern Ireland as well, like so it probably is pretty competitive.
But it's good, even with the podcast and stuff, it's opened up a lot more like avenues for me for comedy and stuff, because I'm getting reached out to people that I never expected to even be fucking talking to.
Yeah.
Like those conspiracy guys, that Gordon Rossford, I never expected to be on a Zoom call with him to talk the biggest pile of shit about conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
But because I started doing this and got a bit of a name for myself, I was like, right.
I would love to get a conspiracy guy on.
Gordo's game for it, if you ask him. If you don't ask, you don't get. And I've how do you approach people? Like, how do you approach people to ask them to come on? I get blocked.
Depends who it is.
Yeah.
Like
I walk up to them, or
no,
like
I get blocked and email them.
Get blocked and just go up full, just like, will you come on my
Knock on the door.
I thought you meant like get blocked, because then you message them so many times they actually physically block
I mean
you.
get absolutely fucking rotto.
That's
And
dangerous though,
on,
like, cause
on
it's
Instagram.
It's alright if you get blocked and go up and meet them on the street or whatever. Like you just
You're-
say words, but if you're typing an email out, like that's there forever. Like.
Oh, I've said some
Just
awful
that's
shit in
dangerous.
emails. Like,
But I think, was it David from outside and said you're only like 1 or 2 people away from the person that you want to reach. So like if you're talking to people, you're always like, you're not that far from that person.
One thing we found from like getting people on around Belfast and stuff is like a lot of people actually know each other. So
Yeah.
like when you actually start getting to know people, it's easier to like reach out, because like you can, we done that podcast with him or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
And I
like.
feel like it's very hard. It's very easy to get focused on the people who you think, or we've had people on who we genuinely were like, this is gonna be absolutely banging, and it's not. It doesn't. And it's someone who we have on the next week where we're just getting them on for a conversation done twice as better.
10 times better.
It's just so like it's very. You just never know what's going to happen.
The content just needs to be good. Like we had Joel, your magician by Joel on.
I would love to
and
get
he's
him
1
on.
million followers on YouTube. On our podcast with him was just flopped like 100 views. Just trash.
That's the thing. There is those podcasts that fucking bang, and then the ones you don't expect, fucking just absolutely kill. And you're like, what was different?
Sometimes it's the algorithm too, I think, like TikTok and stuff. Like, just depends what comes up.
If the content's good, it'll do well because of TikTok. Like if you can get good clips, but like one podcast we done with him, there wasn't a bad podcast, but there just wasn't much like clippy things in it.
That was one of the questions I was asking now. Is like, how did you progress so quickly, so fast? So quickly, so quickly, so fast? That's fucking double negative or whatever you fucking call that. I don't speak England. How do you just get to where you are so quickly?
I think just TikTok. Like we were doing TikTok clips for a good while, and like just nothing was really going. And then we done like a podcast back when Nolan went to Holy Lands.
I'm blocked by him on Instagram and Twitter and everything.
We done a one with him, or just chatting about him, and then we clipped and put it up on TikTok, and it just blew up, because like we were getting to the stage where we were like, oh, this isn't going anywhere, like, and then that one clip like got like 100,000 views, and we were like, holy shit. So then from then on, it just was sort of like,
I think even beyond the TikTok, one thing I
like.
think that helped us grow was really homing in on local things, local stories. For example, the Nolan one and stuff, and then I think the first massive one for us was that juice jar one we done. Like everybody knows where the juice jars in Belfast, and I think people were then able to relate, and that's what sort of grooves.
I'm trying to stay a bit more local now, like, to be
But
honest.
it can be difficult too, like, because only so much happens here, like.
I know, there's fuck all happens in Dungannon, like.
But then you have the flip side of that.
Stabbings or whatever.
A few stabbings, you don't fuck.
I think you have the flip side of that where there's definitely a switch. We were actually talking about this in the last podcast before you came in there. I think there's a switch where it just takes a certain number of people to be like, what an utter pile of crap. That switch flicks, and everybody suddenly in Northern Ireland's like, what, this is dead. Like no one wants to listen to this. Like they just turn like, and like just so much crap gets thrown at you then.
Well, I think that's this generation too, though. Fucking we try one thing once and then just say fuck it, I can't be arsed.
Yeah.
There's that serious mentality, like of everybody in Northern Ireland at the minute.
Yeah.
Especially with the whole thing going on with Prime Ministers fucking partying like fuck in 10 Downing Street.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there on Zoom calls, they're dying grannies, like.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck is going on? And then you're like, right, fuck this here, I can't be arsed anymore. That is the saying, I can't be arsed.
No.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people start stuff though and just expect everything to happen in like 3 weeks. Like there's a lot of like you've your Gary V's and all out there. It's like, just post content, and you're posting content and nothing's coming and you're like, well, that's it.
But I agree with that. Like, I think one of the things we done was consistent. Like, you know, you're saying, oh, so quick, but really it wasn't really that quick. It wasn't quick to
It
us.
felt like a lifetime.
Because like we were just, it literally, I remember thinking like, are we going to get anything here? Like, and then that clip went, and then it's just consistency, I think, honestly. Like, just be consistent, and if like you'll find an audience. Like,
it only takes one clip to go fucking viral, like, and you're flying.
What you were saying there about like people just expecting things to work out, I think it's because of the internet and stuff. There's so much knowledge just there. Like, you don't have to look things up in a dictionary anymore. You just, everything, there's so much media, you don't have to really try for anything. And I even think like with relationships and stuff as well, people are just kind of like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like, people don't have the same work ethic now to kind of put the effort in, because everything's handed to us.
There's no more passion or drive to do something that you love anymore.
No, but
and like I've never been so passionate or love something as much in my life as comedy and podcasting. Like, I never cared as much for something before. Like,
I like doing it. I like what we're doing now. Like, if you'd ask, if I'd say there was a point we've all went through it where we could have just walked out and went, nah, this is not worth our time. And there's been one or two occasions where it's definitely happened for me, and I know for you and for you, like we've been upfront and honest and said it. But I'm definitely loving this sort of aspect of it now, where I feel like there was a while when the clips were going well, you were almost coming across and trying to like exaggerate and be someone who you weren't, and like really like try and be funny, and it wasn't working. And then you were just like, I'm walking in here and recording for an hour and just being someone completely not authentic. Whereas now we're getting people on, it's just a bit of crack, and if it does well, it does well. But if it doesn't, why beat yourself up about it? Why be? Like,
with me, what you see is what you get. Like, I don't change who I am for anybody. Like, if you don't like what I'm fucking saying, fuck you, good luck. I don't care. I really do not care. Like, they say you should be able to count your best friends, your 5 closest friends on your one hand. And if people don't like me, but I don't care.
What was there a stage where that flicked in your head where you were like, no, you know what, I don't care anymore? Was there ever a stage where you're like, no, this is bothering me, what people are saying?
There was a big stage in my life where I was a yes man. Like, I was a real people pleaser just because I wanted to be liked. Now I genuinely couldn't give a flying fuck if anybody likes me or anybody doesn't, because I'm happy in myself. I shouldn't need to be chasing out people to be happy.
And was there a point where you're like, oh crap, I need to start?
There's points there I was chasing after people to be mates with them, you know what I mean? Like, fair. You know, because like you're constantly asking them to do stuff, and you always get fucking pushed back, or I'm doing this and doing this. Right here, if you want to hear from me, fucking text back. You know, I've got to the stage where once I stopped texting, people stopped texting back. I was like, well, fuck you. I have no interest in. You've no sort of impact on my life, so glach.
Yeah.
But now, like, even through the podcast community, do you find this yourself? Like, you meet people, and they could be the best people in the world, like, and you've become good friends with them. Like, I've done this now with the 2 girls and the ASAP lads and Mick Lav, who, I mean, talk about a nice tight knit group that I would genuinely do anything for. But people that I was friends with in school or grew up with my whole life, I barely hear from them anymore.
I feel like us 3 are definitely in our own bubble. The 3 of us are definitely in our own wee bubble where we have each other to sort of like rely on and stuff. But we have made like the likes of David from Outside In and stuff. Like, would check in with him once in a while, and like the likes of your boy Greedy Gwyn and stuff, and the lads from 2 Degrees as well. Like, we would kind of.
We'll get to know. It's just getting to know people. I wouldn't necessarily say we're like close
best friends
or anyone from doing it. Like, but
see me, like,
you meet a lot of good people. Like,
there's a couple of ones like I'm in a WhatsApp group with.
Except for me.
I was just feeling left out
I'm
here.
the best friend. I'm the best friend they met.
I feel like we're still getting to the stage where Alicia's like here, and people are going to be like, who is like
the woman?
what?
I literally forgot her name there till you said it.
But like, you're doing your own thing now too. Like, you're doing your writings and your.
Yeah.
Oh, are you a writer? Are you?
I do journalism, so I'm going.
Oh, I'm not talking to you then. We see, it's the sun.
I'll be write up about this after.
Go on ahead, fill your boots. No, I've been trying to be cancelled before. I'm literally just waiting to be me too'd. That's a joke. Just to clarify. Just fucking. Yeah. Anyway,
But we're going ahead.
How have you grew your podcast? Like?
how have I?
Yeah.
Just sharing the fuck out of it.
Yeah. What
And like getting guests on, like I got a lot of high profile guests on at the very start to get the ball rolling. Like I had that TikTok girl on with 5 million followers,
Who's this?
Zombie Undead. I've been following her from day one. She's like a special effects and makeup artist.
Right.
I mean, fucking class. On her like 5 million follower birthday thing, I just want to call it. I messaged her being like, look, I've been following you from day one, which I had. I was in her first like 5,000 subscribers. Started following her, talking to her, got her on that one, like hitting near fucking 10k, and I was like, unreal,
Holy
class.
shit.
Yeah.
And I got the ball rolling even more. And then even her, she's getting me guests. Like she's got me Mike D'Antonio from Killswitch Engage, one of my favorite all time bands, fucking coming on to talk to me, talk absolute shite.
Yeah.
And like going through that network and stuff and meeting people that are high. I would say, would you say high profile or high notoriety? What some would say.
Well known.
Well known. That's fucking English over here. You know,
Linguistics.
linguistics. Getting them on to just sort of get the name out there more has really sort of helped me kick off. You know,
Yeah.
but then like I said, there's ones that just do really well and ones that just fucking flop.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
There's inconsistency with the listens.
Yeah. Do you have like TikTok and stuff for?
I'm starting now, so
Yeah.
I want to get fucking some things. I used to do TikTok. I used to do some really stupid fucking
Cringy shit, like.
cringy shit, like. But then you get all these things like, tell me you're a prick without telling me you're a prick. You're like, you're a prick, and I know by you just doing that, you're a prick.
Yeah.
You know, and you get some awful like TikTok's a weird place. TikTok is such a weird place.
That is very weird.
1 minute you could be fucking a nice set of ditties, and the next someone's getting beheaded, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, lovely.
Best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds. Like live link.
There's some of them that though they just take you by surprise. Like there's some that are so weird. Like I seen this guy just comment like videoing like a fry the other morning, and then he just goes, yo, what the heck? And then he goes up to the roof and there's like a full plate of like a fry like just stuck to the roof. I'm like, where's your mentality where you've just woke up and went, you know what I'm gonna do? Super glue a 5-piece to the ceiling, no sweat, and then like look up and everybody's commenting being like, yo, this made my day. I'm like, right, fair enough.
Like, how miserable must your life be to laugh at somebody sticking a fry on a roof?
Yeah.
like seriously.
Ross loved it.
Oh, sorry, Rob. The door's there. Podcast over. Now you're gonna like slobber and tell everybody what I was saying at the pre-record.
Yeah.
Delete the footage.
This guy here coming on 5
And then
pieces.
over here, like, breaking news. Dungannon dickhead.
There was a pure rivalry whenever you came in there, because as soon as you said where you were from,
God,
and
they
you were
did.
like, oh, I'm here, I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
well,
no.
not say exactly where you're from.
From Kickstown. I didn't
No,
think you're from Dungannon.
no, but I'm from just between Dungannon and the Moy. You ever been to the Moy?
Yes, of course.
Talk about a shithole.
Us getting closer to us.
Yeah.
So use it right. So right.
No, it's
see
really-
getting a taxi
Oh,
home from the Moy to Dungannon or from the Moy to Armagh.
You
Non-existent.
can't get it, like.
Basically, right. The Moy is the Joseph Fritzl of Tyrone. Because once you're in it, you're trapped. And it is Tyrone after all, so somebody's probably is bucking their own sister. To be fair. You can keep that in your own place. That's part of my stand-up.
We're clipping it.
Yeah, fuck it, go for it. I don't care. Yeah.
You've lost all your Throne followers today.
Ah, they'll be alright.
I feel like
up with Sam
The
Maguire.
truth hurts.
I feel like though yous all are from such a. Then I'm down here.
Also, like,
Ballymena.
use fucking cold cheese.
No, no.
Where are you from?
Armagh. So is Tommy. Is that?
Do you know Katie? No.
Katie?
Yeah, so
Ah, it's just my cousin.
Nice.
Just finished her GCSEs there, like.
Whoa! I don't know her. She just finished her GCSEs. To be fair, oh, Katie, I do know Katie.
Yeah, Katie.
Katie.
If you're from Kitty, you're not close to the Moy then.
Well,
Yeah,
Armagh.
What is that?
Close for us.
I'm not
It's the middle of
from-
nowhere.
I'm not from Katie, but I went to high school in Katie. Like.
Oh,
Just doesn't associate with it. Like,
Don't
sorry.
associate yourself
Wake
with
up.
Katie, please.
getting blown up.
Did you have any AUG? What was the AUG questions you had?
Don't you see all my fucking the dick pics?
He's the king, like. He'll show you a few fucking dick pics.
Can we talk about that
I
again?
love how that was the first thing you asked whenever you walked in here, so interested in Thomas's
He's like,
manlyhood. You're
still
like,
got the picture.
Have you still got the picture? Can I see it?
That wasn't even a picture. Like, it was a video.
Do you want to go around inside and compare?
He's literally just told me off for touching the mic and going, ugh!
but that was a weird and wonderful time. That's exactly what I was saying to you. You kind of do feel left out now. that this videos went round and now it's just gone, lost in the Snapchat
Fucking
sphere. Like.
devastated he hasn't seen this. Like,
But you literally, you walked in and you were like, "What about your, what about that video?" Hey,
That's just me though. Fucking
you were
I
asking too many questions to the point where I was like, I feel like he's teeing this up here to be like, and just while we're on the topic here, you may as well just show me this video. Like,
can I borrow your phone there to phone my mum? You know, unlock it there for me.
like,
Open up
what are you
Snapchat.
doing? Airdrop.
There's one for me. Tit for tat. Or dick for tack. Or dick for dick even. I don't know why I was presenting myself like that. 'Cause it's not even that fucking that big like.
where the fuck did you get this book? It looks like an old
It
encyclopedia.
looks
It's
like
like
you're.
a fucking
I'll have you know, you ignorant bastard, that my girlfriend got me that for Christmas.
Beautiful.
Did she get it from Hogwarts?
Yeah, I was literally about to
looks like
say.
It's
a nice-
Thank you.
It's a nice book, but I feel
Follow
like
his spells and all.
It's really great that the journalist is on my side here.
It looks like you write on it with one of them like pens with a feather.
A quill.
A quill.
Yeah.
I feel like you're going to open up and Thomas going to be like, "What's that spell?" And you're like, "We don't do that spell."
Well, you went to school in Keating, so I'm surprised you didn't fucking write with quills.
Wrote with fucking knives.
In blood, you're like, ah!
They just give it lumps of coal and we're up with our fingers.
What was like the wildest thing you'd done in school? Is there any like, I wouldn't say to school like fucking controversies, because we had some brutal ones in my place, but like any fucking like funny shit that happened in school.
Trying to think.
Like I went to a grammar school and the shit we got up to would get you'd get arrested now. Like
I just remember whenever you were like first year and stuff, like I always remember this back and I'm like, this is so weird. That was so weird that we done that. Like the whole thing, you were like meeting all the like, way when I'm like a mixed school, so it's like girls and boys, but like everybody got wild into like this whole boyfriend girlfriend thing. And then there used to be these things where people actually went up to like behind like the pavilion, and it was like a group of like all these like couples, and they just would have went up to like, they would have called it facing. It's just like, like, you know, and literally, how weird is that you went up and there was like, just like, oh, we're going up here, and there was literally like, and everybody stood around and watched. And they're like, yo, while these people are tonguing each other, and you're like, why was that a thing?
see in grammar school, I never done that because I used to be a hardcore Christian.
Was it an all
Yeah.
white
I'm
grammar
grammar
school?
like a missionary working on.
What?
Mental. Now I talk about dicks.
How tables have turned.
How tables have turned. Nobody, very few people actually know
When
this.
did that stop? Like what?
When I was 18, found the love of alcohol and drugs.
There you go.
Well, alcohol, not drugs, just to clarify. I don't actually take it.
Paracetamol.
Paracetamol. Viagra.
And like, what was it, your parents?
No, me, surprisingly, when I was 14. Weird
just got
fuck.
into
Just
it.
stuck up here.
No, it's not a took pure notes. I was walking into town one day and there was like a Christian group doing like a thing, and I was like, that
Oh,
sounds
no.
interesting, and I went to it, and then I got involved.
Were
It was
you,
great.
Were you
guys
quite
on
an-
night
were
flips
you-
and all?
No,
the
fuck
time,
no.
like,
It was a vineyard. It's a vineyard church. So it was,
Hmm.
and it was like, you know, it was like an acoustic band playing songs and all, and it was. I don't regret doing it, but
Do you still have faith at all?
fuck no.
No, like just
No.
completely not.
No,
on
I grew up and I woke up.
just from one
So
extreme
in,
to the other.
in my head here, like I'm painting this picture of you at 14. You're quite impressionable.
Mhm.
So you turn 18. Where did all the dick stuff come from then? What happened there?
University. I went and
It
experimented.
wasn't
Where
from
did
an
you go
from an
uni?
experience or anything.
It was from
No,
all,
fuck
it was
no.
from all the dicks in church.
Yeah, no, that's where I was
Can I just say I went to a Protestant church, not a Catholic one?
Oh, so it's like
Cobra Kai over here.
Me and you're like, yes.
Eiffel Tower.
so the love from
genuinely
dicks
seem
came from
really
the
hurt by
priest.
I
that.
don't know what. I just don't
No,
know how to respond.
the love of everything like unholy came from a guy I met in university who was a hardcore atheist, and
Right.
he woke me up, and I was like, right, let's get full every day and just see what happens.
There you go.
And now, are you right over there?
Just get some more.
Drinking really succulently for me. It's like, do you ever see those adverts where they're drinking something like, oh, you know? I would love to see you
Pour
do
it
like an
all up in
advert. I think you should do.
No one would love to see that.
No, I see for your vlogs and stuff. I think you should do fake adverts for like random as fuck, like random shit, and you're like using them and all. Just you, because you're the sexiest in the room. So,
Do you think he looks like Tom Hardy?
no, I
shut
mean, who do you think I look like?
To be him.
Who do you think I look like?
Jonah Hill.
You ignorant cunt.
Oh my
You
god.
ignorant. You look like the
Especially
fella.
when he
You look
took
like the
drugs.
chef from Ratatouille if you were
Wow.
ginger. Yeah.
Thanks.
Hold on a
I love
wee
the way
second.
you
Chef
give
from-
me the abuse, like,
Chef
when
from-
Ross is the one who slagged you.
Oh, you're fair enough.
Well, you do have that wee look of Tom Hardy on you, to be fair.
No. I think Shay looks like.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Hey,
You look
no.
like Tom Hardy.
Yes.
Do you think so?
Hang on, wait. Let me just compare.
No.
To be fair, aye. You have a lot more. You that square jaw that Tom Hardy has. You look like Tom Hardy in Legend, but as the other twin. Where's he got
The
there?
retard. Nice.
With
I'll
a-
take it. It's Tom Hardy at the end.
With a chin on him, like, oh, fucking fight.
It's a rolling pin. Fucking rolling pin.
I came here for fucking shooter.
It's a legendary film.
Literally legend. No, I think I look like Jack Black.
Oh, you're fair.
Maybe.
Or Stephen Avery from Making a Murderer.
Yeah.
You ever seen that?
It's
Oh my!
It's the beard.
It's the beard, like.
It's the
Same
beard.
colour.
But have you seen like I have a photo on my Instagram of me as a young man with young Stephen Avery. I don't say why I say young man. I'm still young now. Fuck me, Nathan. Speak some England, will you? There's some fucking great Wi-Fi in this place and fucking 4G in there.
What's
Trash,
this?
isn't it?
That's trash.
But there is Wi-Fi there.
I can't be arsed signing up. To be honest.
Stephen Avery. I'm gonna
But
get
yeah,
Go,
ba-
a young Stephen Avery in prison.
Back to your
Young
school
in
question.
prison.
We
Oh,
used
yeah.
to have this one guy, right? And he was the one you just sat in the class just watching him, like, because you knew he was gonna do something fucking
Yeah, there you
stupid.
go.
You
like.
actually look just like him.
Like, double.
Holy
Yes,
fuck!
a lot.
That's mad.
Holy fuck!
Show the camera.
Actually, That's sick. But yeah, we had this one guy, and he was the one that you watched in class. But there was one day, like, he got sent out of class, and he just kept making these most obscure noises, and it was so quiet, and everyone was looking at each other waiting for it. Like, and he was outside, and he's like, "You just say something fucking really random." And then, like, there was one point, you know the way, like, the doors in our school, there was like a door, and then there was like glass run the whole way across the top. Everyone was real quiet, and you heard this big squeak, and everyone sort of looked out, and he climbed up to the top of the fucking, like, up the wall, and there was a tiny wee piece of glass, and he was sitting fucking looking in through it, like knocking the window and all. Everyone was in fucking stitches. It was oh my god. And then one day he got in a fucking bin as well.
When you were in school, did you ever, like, people just used to be like, will you be my girlfriend? And then it would be like, that would be your boyfriend. You never spoke to them ever. And someone would text you and be like,
I think I was like
No.
back.
Was
Was
this-
more days. It used to be like, will you go steady with me, mate?
and it was like, and you'd be
Never
like,
seen him
yes.
before.
Was this a teacher?
Oh wow.
Wrong tool. I feel like I was about to bring this up. We were talking with your wee sister about this, and it was so weird because she was like, so this guy texted my mate and was like GS, and then like they like then they're not going out
yeah.
anymore. Like she just texted him and was like, you know, BU, and I was and like this is this point where like my awkwardness
This is the
kicks
whole
in, and I was
relationship.
just like, yeah, Neve, yeah, 100%, yeah, I understand what you mean. And then she walked away, and I was like, what the heck did she just say? Go GS was go
Go
steady.
steady.
Go steady,
How
like.
romantic.
Now it's just texting instead of
That's
actually
what
in
people used to
person.
say to me.
And then whenever you
GS.
want to finish a relationship, you just text BU, break up.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with society these days? That they're fucking saying GS, go steady on me, or fucking BU.
Don't text
Fuck
it.
off, like.
And you'd never have met them in person. It would just be like an online.
That's kids now. It's just like
Yeah.
the attention spans are so small now. It's just like 2
If
letters.
they have a
Be you.
snap streak over 30 days, it's on. Like
It's real
it's
life.
just real love. Like it's on. Like. It's this weird. It's weird. Like,
No wonder the world is fucked
I
Yeah.
don't know.
if they're texting shit like that.
Yeah.
I thought our generation was gonna fuck the world. See kids now, fucked.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Don't even start, man. That's really pissed me off.
But do you not think kids now? Do you not think kids like are so much more like mature? Like they get on as if like 13-year-olds get on as if they are like 17, 18-year-olds.
Sort of thing you need to check her ID for
Yeah.
the pub.
Yeah.
Mental.
But they're not even like not even in pubs, but like they're just like, I remember you used to work in a shopping centre, and they always used to come up after school, and it was like they were tiny, like, and they were the stuff that they were doing. You were just like, what are you like? What, like cycling through the centre and all, just trying to piss off security guards and stuff, and you're just like, you're kids, but like the way they were talking to the security guards and stuff was like, what age are you? Like, just so
Fucking-
confident. I remember I was like, I wouldn't have said boo to anybody in like first year.
I knew kids were fucked these days when I was working in a place that rhymes with ground land. I'll not
Yes.
say the place.
IKEA.
Right? IKEA, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, fucking great place. And I was working there for about 4 years, and I seen this kid shoplifting the place, and he took off running up the hill in Dungannon town, and he took off down this alleyway, and I went down, run down past him, and I grabbed him, pinned him against the wall, and I said, right, just give me it all now. And he goes, no. And I goes, right. so
That was the end of that.
Did you kiss him after that?
I was like, just went for him. I was actually had him by the tie and pulled him. I was like, here, big boy. It's like, I pinned him against the wall. I was like, right, we need to do this the hard way or the easy way. And he goes, hard way, and he grabbed my balls.
Fuck off.
And I was like, that's when I knew society was fucked. Where he grabbed my balls, and I kept grabbing his throat. The tighter he grabbed my balls, the tighter I grabbed his throat. Now, the only thing,
50 Shades of Grey, like.
I hope you didn't get a boner or anything.
no,
It's just like wild
No.
card grabs his ball.
it's like that bit in his Bad Neighbours,
Oh my god.
where fucking Zac Efron and Dave Franco are fighting, and he grabs his dick and he tries to get boner. It's like, oh.
It's just like,
No.
how does it end? Do you break his neck first or do your ball?
No, I squeezed, and then he went blue in the face, and I just fucking grabbed his wrist and twisted it, and fucking right, fuck off
Did
now.
he steal, and why did you chase
Was it
him?
really worse? Like pound?
No,
Pound
it was-
Land,
no, it
you're
was-
sort of like
It was I wanted to be a vigilante, right? I want to get in the news, being like, young Poundland worker, Groundland worker, fucking.
Kid found dead in an alleyway in Dungannon.
Imagine I killed him.
Pounds kid.
I just bury him around the corner.
stops kid getting away with £1 bag of sweets. Though.
He filled his bags with it
Let's stop.
while
we're
holding on to mine.
Empty in yours.
Let's get on to this book. I want to see what's in
All
this
right,
book. Like,
no, this is the podcast book. I've got one or two questions for you. I
Let's
actually
do that, yeah.
I wrote an intro and everything for you, but fuck you.
an intro.
I'll
What's
take
that
it.
mean?
What's your favourite embarrassing moment about yourself?
Oh, I think we've covered
I think
that one.
Have you? Well, that one.
Covered
Oh, a couple more. See, I can go back to school real quick. Do you have any nicknames for people? Like,
Yeah,
see,
well,
at school,
yeah.
people had some brutal nicknames. I remember a girl, ginger hair girl, we called her Fanta Pubes for ages. Right? Another fella, real bad psoriasis, and this is fucking so bad, and I'm fucking ashamed of myself for calling this fella this. It was Skin Bad the Scaler.
Oh fuck!
Oh, skin. Oh my god. Holy fuck.
Jesus Christ!
That's awful.
That's creative for
Kids
what
are,
age?
kids are mean.
We were about 15 that time.
That's creative, like.
No. I prayed.
Fair enough. Fair play. Like.
I had to pray 9 times that night for saying that. I was fucking ashamed of myself.
Yeah.
My one was
Skin
low
bad.
key hurt was Speedy. I done the 100-meter sprint and flopped him at home. Then everybody just called me Speedy afterwards because I wasn't Speedy. I was on the slightly
What a
larger
fella
side.
Simple
called.
but effective. Like.
But people were like, "How's it going, Speedy?" And I was like, "Yo." I'm going home every night and crying myself to sleep.
What a fella would call Total 90 because he came in bride one day. He's shied the girl and lasted 90 seconds. Total 90. You know.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I
What about you? Do you have any nicknames at school? You're very quiet over the record, being like, "What the fuck am I part of here?"
what have I got myself into?
You had the opportunity to leave, like, and so, I told you, I did tell you, I was gonna be fucking brutal today.
If I could go back, Smitty, and take your advice, I would have.
As soon as she figured out where you were from,
Exactly.
it was a bad. It was a bad rap.
That's disgusting.
What was the question?
Embarrassing
moment.
nickname.
What is your most embarrassing moment?
Here, wanking my appendix out. Come on, it has to be
There you go.
embarrassing as
I
fuck.
thought it was being sick on your friend, your girlfriend.
I was here. I was my friend, it's her ex-girlfriend.
Bed buddy.
I was on top, by the way. Fresh kebab all over. You could have boxed it.
Nice. Could have put it back in the spit.
Yeah, never seen her again after that.
Obviously.
I wonder why.
But how long were you together?
6 months.
And never seen her again?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll may as well tell you. Without all night, I was back from a 3-day bender in Benidorm. Fucking, I mean, I came home the flight, blocked. Said, "Do you want to go out tonight?" I was like, "Ah, fuck it, why not?" Out, danced night away, and she's like, "Do you want to get a kebab?" And for the way home, and I goes, "Ah, no bar." So I got 2 kebabs, one for the taxi home and one for the house, because my fat ass and love food. So she went upstairs, and I was alright, I'll be up in a minute. Let me finish this kebab, and I'm up and eat yours in a minute. So I went upstairs.
3 kebabs in one night.
3 kebabs in one night, great. And one of them didn't have garlic sauce, which is even better. So, lads, you agreed to be coming on like this, so what you get. So I went up and we're making love, doing the thing, and I felt this gurgling sensation in my stomach. And I thought I was either going to be sick or shit myself. And as soon as I said they're Angonda, I proceeded to be sick. Fucking,
my God.
like it sounded like an old Japanese man talking. So, fresh kebab, everywhere. Covered her from head to her chest area, leaving this wee ball on her chest. And I was like, oh fuck, stay there, don't move, I'll go get a towel. But her friends were downstairs, so I had to get changed.
Oh no.
So I got halfway down the stairs and all I heard was, I'm gonna kill you, you big-headed cunt. And I went down the stairs, out the front door, and never seen her again. So my question...
But you left her.
I left her lying there. I was like, fuck you, good luck.
Wow.
Awful.
I thought you were going to say she broke up with you after that, but...
No, I was just afraid to see
That's
her.
a power move,
She
like...
texted him later on that night and was like, be you.
Yeah, but yeah. Like, of course. But my sort of question is, like, how long do you reckon she waited for the towel?
Like, what would you do in that scenario?
She's like, oh my god.
What did you do? Were you just straight up?
It's like, oh my god. I never got off somebody as quick in my life.
And just straight away.
I hardly
gone.
finished. Like,
I know, but it just mean like what happened in that
Somebody out the
situation?
door.
Was it like a realization of like, oh fuck, what have I done? Or was it straight away like up, out, away? Like?
up, out, I'll get you a towel. Heard that. Fight or flight, I flew.
Fuck me.
Delicious.
It's just disgusted with me.
Obviously.
Well, I'm disgusting myself too. This is like 6 years ago. I'm a different person now. Not really.
I feel
Meat
like
one kebab in
I
it.
feel like we've had no weird moments within this group apart from that particular moment, which was been mentioned before about Thomas. But like apart from that,
As I sip my
on the spot of thinking things.
What have you got an embarrassment moment? No, just at all.
just really quick, as I sip my Belfast tap water, do you notice the difference between your country tap water and Belfast tap water?
Yeah,
It's
Belfast
fucking
is
stinking. It's fucking rough as fuck. Anyway,
Tastes like lead.
Lead.
fair enough.
Like there's wee bits of lead in it or something.
No, I like apart from, I can't remember it. Apart from that time I did get my I've told you this before. Like that time I did get my appendix out. I was so high on whatever drugs they give me. I just had no filter and pissed everybody in the hospital off.
Class.
Like I woke up because the gown was see through. I wore my boxers because I was like, I was in a ward with a pile of old men. I was like, I'm not walking about here with just this gown on. You can see my ass cheeks out the back off it, like, because I'm
Them
like
all
one of
rubbing
these
their
people
arms
where
together.
if I'm
Oh
like,
my.
I need to go to the toilet, I need to go to the toilet, like. And woke up from the operation. I went into the operation with boxers on, woke up without my boxers on. And I can't really remember this, but like apparently I give everybody in like the recovery ward such a hard time. I was like, where's my boxers? And they put it in like a wee, the perfect way to describe it is, you know the wee brown bin bags that you get for your house? They put it in one of them and just set it at the bottom of the bed. And I was like, I didn't give you permission to take my boxers off. And they were like,
Why?
I was such a wee bitch about the whole thing. And they apparently wheeled me back into the room. Like my mum and dad were sitting.
21st century thing to
And they
say.
brought in and
I
they were
didn't
like-
give you consent
Yeah.
to take off my clothes.
I was just like, I went in with these and like you just took them off, like, and just such a wee prat about the whole thing. But like I don't feel like it was an embarrassment moment, but mum was a bit embarrassed. She was like, you've made a bit of a meal of yourself here. And I was like, well,
I wouldn't say I'd take much to your mom.
See,
Mars, though, would
yeah,
I?
100%.
see, after I got my appendix out, I was laying in the hospital ward, and their fella came around, a priest, and gave me my last rites. And I started panicking, but he got the wrong Smith in the ward.
Oh
Are
my
you
God.
serious?
I thought it was gone. Like I started crying. Aye, one of the worst.
Was he a
There's-
Catholic priest or probably?
Yeah, but that's the thing. He came over and he started blessing me and all. He rosary breeze and all. And he said rosary breeze in my hands and stuff. And did the whole. You know, like,
Were you just going along?
I was like, oh fuck, am I dying here? I was like, at least want to get into. God must be real. Then I'm fucking. I need to fucking go to heaven then. Start praying and all. But there was a fella right across the room was a Smith as well. He just got the wrong one.
Oh my
How
God.
did he recover from that? Oh, hear me, sorry.
No, he came back with like sweets and presents and all, and like
Oh,
real
that's okay.
apologetic and all.
Oh
but
my
I was like, "Fuck you, you bastard!" I thought I was gonna die. I was ringing my mum and all, being like, "I'm really sorry, I'm about to go here." Full panic mode.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's definitely getting
Yeah.
clipped.
Aye,
Have you got an all question?
I needed. You
Ryan?
needed a drawstring for my
No,
hole
we-
again.
the-
What?
that camera has exactly 8 minutes left.
8 minutes left.
quick.
One more question. Let's go.
Right. One of the questions was, shag, marry, kill. Us for it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Big
I
boy.
could not marry you.
I reckon you'd be a nightmare.
I
To,
couldn't marry Ross.
Me? Why?
Yeah.
you just.
Fucking kill him.
Although you're.
I'll kill him.
And I agree with that.
Yeah.
I couldn't marry him. You do my head on a daily basis.
So you chat
probably-
instead?
I'll probably shag Tommy because he's a massive cock.
My God.
Yeah, I'm trying before I buy it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen the goods. I've window shopped and I like what I
So
see.
me and you's getting married. Yeah.
Thanks, son. Let's go. Let's go.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So from your
There's my
perspective, I
try.
would love to know your one because like, you
I would,
don't know
I would
us.
shag you because you look like a Downs Tom Hardy.
I'll take it.
well,
I'll take it.
I'll kill you because I don't know. I love you're from Katie.
you're so shit.
But you're from the outskirts of Katie though.
He lives in Katie.
Oh, are you? Fuck! Swap that around then.
But I'm real cuddly, like.
No, I think you'd fight back. I think you'd submit.
Wow.
No, I agree with that.
Not
Funny
well.
enough,
What do
I
you
agree.
mean?
You are that type of person where you just be like, I couldn't be bothered anymore.
Legs open.
Fair enough. Like.
She's like, I'm sick of the fight.
You would just give up. You'd be like, nah, it's all right. Like,
It's alright.
give Bruno my regards.
Shit. How long we got? I'm fucking sweating buckets here. That was great.
I'm gonna wrap it up
I'm
now,
loving
so
this. I could go for an hour, 4 hours.
I'm actually scared these cameras, Shay's camera's gonna give out, so we're gonna wrap it up now.
Wrap it
I
up
feel like
now.
that's a good. I feel like that's a good notion. I cannot believe you got your last rights read
Maybe
out
it was
to you
yours.
by a, huh?
Did you do yours?
I definitely wouldn't. I'd kill you.
Me?
Probably marry.
Tom Hardy?
Don't know.
Hey, big boy.
I don't know. I'd probably marry you. Like,
Me?
aye.
I'd look after you.
I know.
He sounds so confident.
I'm a great cook.
You were thinking about this in the car.
I
before you
was.
go, yeah.
I was outside for half an hour around the corner recording my first intro for the vlog. Like I was thinking, how would I actually, I was like, yeah, I'd look after him. Like, no, well.
Yeah,
Treat
Shay.
you good.
There you go.
Treat you good.
There you go.
Big
But,
boy.
Yeah, we'll end it there. I feel like that was so chaotic,
Well,
but I loved
lads,
every
thanks
minute
for
of it.
agreeing to have me on. I had no filter there whatsoever, but fuck it. Why not?
No worries. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, it's great.
Thank you very much for listening if you've made it this far,
Yeah.
and if you haven't tapped out already. But yeah, we'll see you in the next episode.